Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Adam. Adam is from North Carolina in the USA. So let's see what Adam has to say. Enjoy the interview.
Whatever. Hello!
Hello, how are you doing? How are you doing today, Adam?
I'm good. It's Monday. It's the day after Sunday Fun Day, which is always fun. We do kickball, we do Stonewall Sports. We go out to the clubs and we have a great time all day. And so I have my morning coffee here at 2 p.m. But it's a good day. It's a good day.
Amazing. Tell me, where are you from?
I'm over in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, wow. What's the best part of living there?
Oh God. I guess the people, I think the people are why I'm still here. People ask me all the time, they're like, why do you live in Raleigh, North Carolina, out of all places? And it's the people. I do love my community here.
That's the place where you were born and raised?
No. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis. But I moved to Raleigh, maybe 2014 with my family. So oh God, I'm about to reveal my age here, but I'm very young. I went to high school here in Raleigh. And high school, college, and now I'm post-grad. I'm not a post-grad, but I graduated college and still sticking around. Hello.
And what do you do for a living, Adam? Can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, that's always a tough question. People ask me that very often. And it's a tough question because I currently don't have a 9 to 5. It's just a lot of side gigs and dancing every once in a while.
Wow, so tell me a little bit about this journey of a dancer.
Yeah, so I'm a go-go dancer currently. God, I don't know. I've honestly been thinking about, like, do I want to retire? I don't know. Because it's a lot, and we'll get into that in a second. But it's very fun. It's great. I mean, it's perfect. I get to get naked, I get to get alcohol, and I get to get paid for it. Hello? Like, that's my perfect life, dude. Like, what? That's amazing. But it started off, I think I started sometime last year, either in November or December. So it's almost been a year now of the Adam Jaxon experience. And it started off as me, I went out to my local bars and they have fetish nights sometimes, and I'm big in the BDSM kink community. So I would go out in my little harness, I would wear a little jockstrap, it would be cute. And I went out to the bars enough to where I was like, you know what, maybe I should start dancing. Maybe this is something I'm interested in. So I just talked to the bar owner and I was like, hey, do you need another dancer? And he was like, I guess. And ever since then, I've been dancing. Yeah.
And how often do you perform in the club? How during the week?
Well, that's a very good question. In North Carolina, dancers aren't something that are very common. I'm not sure. Actually, tell me a little about you. You're in the UK.
In London. Yeah, in London. I live in London.
London.
Yeah.
So how common are dancers over there?
I mean, I think that I've seen in the gay community, there are so many clubs where they have go-go dancers in some places, and mostly, I don't know during the week, but mostly I believe they work on the weekends. And also they have those parties that they do like once a month. No, it's just like European parties that they come to London, they go different places in Europe, and they always have those dancers. But I believe usually, yes, I think most of the weekends, I believe. During the week, it might have some kind of, you know what I mean, some parties. There is a club there, they do like this Thursday, they do like a special party. So it depends. But mostly if you go to central London, Soho, the gay area, like clubs, mostly I believe the weekends.
Yeah, and London is known for being, I don't know if you know this, but I know this as someone who's in the kink BDSM community. London is known as being like a hub for local gay kinksters and local gay BDSM activists. So if you can imagine, you're in London and you see shows mostly on the weekends. I'm in North Carolina. It's we don't have shows very often.
Okay.
So there's only a few clubs that have them, and they're only on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And oftentimes, being a go-go in North Carolina, you have to travel. If you want to work every weekend, you have to be willing to drive at least 2 hours to go to a new city to dance.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it depends the clubs and the parties you need to travel to perform there.
Oftentimes, yeah, because in Raleigh, there are 2 clubs that do dancers every weekend. One club does dancers Friday, Sunday. The next club does dancers only on Sundays. And there's one club that does dancers sometimes sporadically. But then other than that, we have clubs in Charlotte, which is like 2.5 hours away from here. We had a club in Greensboro that was an hour away. They stopped doing dancers, so that's not a thing anymore. So if you're willing to be a go-go boy, it's a passion. It's very fun, but you have to be very passionate about it because you have to put in all this work. And you know, as go-go dancers, you get off the clock at 2 a.m., right?
Uh-huh.
So you get off the clock at 2 a.m., you leave the club around 2:30. And for me, if I'm driving 2.5 hours, then that means I get home at 5 a.m. You know, like that's kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
you have to love what you do.
Absolutely. I think what matters is if you're enjoying, if you're going the right path, why not? You know what I mean? Life is about that. You know, you need to make the most of it. That's what I believe.
Absolutely.
Adam, before we start our journey, William the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Ooh, oh, goodness gracious. What is something interesting? Oh, well, I don't know how interesting this really is, but I'm a big video gamer. I love video games. Love, 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 love. My game that I play, I don't know how familiar you are with video games, but this is so sad. The game that I play is called Overwatch. I do not recommend it. It has been a dead game for literally years now. But I do have this little figurine here. This is a character called Diva. And Diva, she's great. She's a little, well, she's an icon. She's a legend. She is the moment. And she's my favorite. So I'm a big video gamer. I like Overwatch. I should probably stop playing. I'm the type of person to where I latch onto something and I keep going with it until it just is dead.
Amazing, amazing. Right, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life to share your point of views?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. This is my best friend. Full of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it. Adam, before we start the game, through the journey, if there is a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Right, first question for you is, tell me something that you can't live without.
Oh God, perfect question. Answer, coffee. I have to have my coffee. It's ridiculous. I have been addicted to coffee since I was in college. And it started off in college because college, you're working, you're procrastinating, you're doing papers at 2 a.m., you're studying for the exam the next day. It's so ridiculous. So I never got into Red Bull, never got into Monster, none of that. I started drinking coffee during college. And now I'm actually a little bit concerned because my dad drinks coffee, I drink coffee. My mom doesn't, my brother doesn't. My sister, young sister, she's 14 years old on October. And she is already drinking coffee and she already says that she's addicted. I'm like, no. But definitely my coffee.
Saying that, do you consider yourself to be more of a day or a night person?
Oh God, well, considering I told you it's my morning coffee at 2 p.m., definitely a night person. Geez, I can't. During the day, I might as well not even be awake, you know? Especially being a go-go boy, you have to be a night person, right? Because you're out there, your gigs start at 8, you have to be out at the clubs, you have to be energetic. So night. Don't even talk to me before noon.
I'll make a note of this, okay?
Thank you. Yeah, you texted me. Yeah, the day you texted me first, I think it was your time, maybe something reasonable. But my time, it was like 3 a.m. And I was like, what? Who is this? Also, can I curse?
You can. I'm going to put like a beep when you do it.
I'll try not to do it then. I was like, who is texting me at 3 a.m.? Ugh, gross. But it's probably 9 for you because I think it's 6 hours difference.
Yeah, it depends the time. So, but sometimes I'm early bird, so I wake up very early. Sometimes I wake up at 4, 5, and I know. And actually, this time for you is kind of midnight, 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. So it's kind of good timing. Next question. Let's do it. Okay, Adam from North Carolina. Next question for you is, what is a negative thing that happened to you that came out as a positive thing in the end?
You're asking this at a very interesting point in life for me. Oh, goodness gracious. I think, can I get serious?
You can just be yourself. Absolutely can.
Okay, well then I'm gonna get serious. Oh, I hate this. I hate telling the story, but I'm gonna tell it today. Ugh. Okay, so back in the day, it was probably 2017. So I was 19 years old and I was hanging out with this couple and, friends with benefits, having a good time together. The couple ended up getting divorced for a reason that I didn't understand until later. But when they got divorced, they were obviously distraught. They had been married for years. So I went over to one of their places, with just one of them, to kind of comfort him and say, oh my goodness, we've been friends. We've been hanging out. I'm so sorry that you got divorced. This is so, upsetting. I'm so sorry. Long story short, we both ended up drinking a good amount. He definitely got me real drunk. He took advantage of me, I would say, at some point in the night, which was a really traumatic experience for me. And it's something that seems to keep following me throughout my life, which is a whole nother thing that I don't want to talk about. But it ended up giving me the understanding of the power of just being adamantly able to say no, right? And that moment, I wasn't able to say no because I was so intoxicated. I barely even remember it. But now it's like, especially as a go-go, oh my God, you have to say no all the time. People think that as a go-go, you're there to like have sex and people try to finger me for $1. I'm like, no, you cannot finger me. You cannot do all that for $1. No. So now I am very adamant about saying no. I know my limits. I know my boundaries. You might not know, but you're about to learn because I will tell you. The power of no is very important. And I recommend it for all people. If you feel uncomfortable, say no. Absolutely not.
Wow. Thanks for sharing this personal event. And I think you're talking about, I think it's a kind of a release, you know what I mean? And also maybe helping people up there. Maybe they've gone through the same situation or they're facing that for some reason. And actually seeing someone talking like openly about it, for sure, might be helping some people out there. Thanks for sharing that. Thank you.
It's so hard to talk about because you don't want to talk about it because I feel like I literally hate talking about it. I don't know. I must feel really good today. Maybe it's my coffee that got into me today, but I really don't usually talk about it. But I recently told a lot of my friends last week because of some event that happened. And actually, this event that happened last week put me in a very bad depressive spiral for 2 or 3 days where I was dead to the world. I literally didn't leave my apartment. And if I had plans, I canceled them. Like I was not talking to anybody last week for 2 or 3 days because of something that happened. And it just, talking about it makes me feel gross. I just feel so gross talking about this. And I feel like, I hate to say this. Oh, I do, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like it makes me feel weak. You know, the fact that I tell people like, yes, I did get taken advantage of, you know, and people have all these judgments. And of course, as a go-go dancer and as somebody who's in the kink and BDSM community, I hate it. I don't want people to think like, oh, you're into kinky stuff because you got taken advantage of and blah, 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 blah. Because people make that connection sometimes. And it's like, absolutely not. I was into kinky stuff years before this ever happened to me. So I hate when people try to be like, oh, then that's why you do XYZ. Because at the end of the day, it's letting this one event that this one person did define who I am as a person, and that's not what it is. I don't want people to extrapolate or do anything. Don't assume anything because of my one night of a bad experience. And it was a bad experience, I hate it, but absolutely do not make my personality traits be correlated to this one person, because at the end of the day, when you do that, you're letting him like win. It's, I hate it. Ugh.
Next question, let's do it. Right, before the next question, tell me, what's the best part of living in North Carolina? In your opinion, what's the state stands out compared with other states in the US, in your opinion?
Well, I said it before and I'll say it again. I fell in love with the people here. I love the people. Raleigh has multiple gay clubs. So there's a big gay scene here. And I had to live in a city that had a gay scene because, oh my God, I'm so gay. Like I could not live somewhere that did not have a gay club. Oh my God, I would explode. So I love Raleigh because of the gay scene and the people. I love the people, all my friends. I go out to a bar, I go out to the gay bars, and I instantly know at least one person that I can talk to and be like, hello, how are you? You know, I love the community that we have here.
And being a gay boy, growing up as a gay boy, did you always have the support of your family?
Oh God. I mean, when I came out to them, sure. I was so gay. Looking back at it, I'm like, oh my God, like how did I not realize? I think I knew that I was gay when I was a kid. Because I remember this one time I was in choir, already gay, right? I was in choir class in middle school. And I was thinking about like a party bus with like a bunch of strippers on it and male strippers, obviously. And I was like, man, that would be really fun because I just recently watched an Andrew Christian video. And Andrew Christian videos were like my first introduction to gay erotica. I'm trying to mince my words here. So I was thinking about that in choir class. I was like, man, that would be amazing if I had all these guys with like their underwear just dancing around me. Like, damn, that'd be awesome. But I didn't accept that I was gay, right? So at the end of my family was very accepting when I came out to them. And the hardest person to turn the tides of was myself. It was hard for me to accept that about myself because I felt that I wasn't supposed to be gay, especially growing up in Memphis. There wasn't a big gay culture there. We maybe had a few gay kids, like two. I know we had 2 gay kids in our middle school. And you know how middle schoolers are. They talk shit. And they're just terrible. So I heard that and I was afraid I didn't want to put myself through that. So finally I came out in 2016, right before I went to college. So I was 18 years old when I came out. And my coming out was very quick. I came out to myself, I accepted myself in summer, and I came out to my family in October. And they were all very accepting. My mom was like, yeah, I knew that already. And my dad, at first, he was quiet about it. But then basically the next day, he was like, it's fine. I really, like, who am I to care about that? And my brother and sister, they're fine. You know, these days, my brother was telling me like, oh, you're gay? Cool. So is my friend. And 7th grade. I'm like, oh my gosh, these kids are coming out so early now. So my family is great. I tell them I'm very open with my family. I love them very much. They know I'm gay. They know I go. They know everything about me.
Amazing. Very good. Right. Next question is, what makes you the happiest?
Oh my goodness. It's going to be such a terrible answer, but oh no, it's not a terrible answer. It's a really good answer. I love hanging out with my friends and family. I do. I'm very lucky. I get to see my family very often. They live about 40 minutes away. I'm actually seeing them on Thursday. We're going to get brunch together. I'm excited about that. So seeing people that I love really makes me very happy because it makes me feel loved and it feels good for me to express love to other people and supporting other people. So definitely hanging out with friends and family.
Beautiful. Very sweet. Next question. Next question for you is, do you have a unique ability that you think no one has or you never met before?
Let's see. I'm very flexible. Very flexible. I can kind of do a back bend. a little bit. I don't want to do it now, but I can do it. So sometimes when I'm on stage, I will do a little backbend moments where I kind of.
Backbenches means when you go. Oh, I see. I see.
One of those, yeah.
Actually, on the show, I have has a lovely guy from Chicago, and he's a dancer as well, go dancing, and he did on the Magic Box. I'm gonna send the link to you. I'm gonna send the link. And I asked him if I could do, and he did it. And he was explaining how he did, because I was watching some of his pictures and videos, and he was dancing and doing those. And I was like, oh my God, can you do it? It's like, okay, let's try. And he explained all the way. Amazing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great. It's a great ability. It's great. Especially if you're a dancer, if you're a bottom, hello, being flexible, very good ability to have.
Next question, let's do it. Next question for you is, talking about friends, tell me, what is your idea of a perfect friendship?
Well, oh God, okay, good. This is a good question for me. I am an in-person kind of person, which means that I'm terrible at social media. I have my Instagram, I have my Twitter. I am notoriously bad. I think I've had my Instagram for a year now, and I've made like 20 posts. Like, I just, oh goodness, it's honestly a miracle that I even found your message to respond to. I'm so bad. So I need a friend that can understand that if I see you in person, we are best friends and I am there for you. But if I don't see you for 3 months, I might text you like twice. And it's not because I dislike you. It's not out of malice towards you, but it's just because if I don't see you in person, then I can't. The social media, the texting, I'm so bad at it. I'm the worst. I use texting to make plans with people. I'm like, my texting, my messages, all of them are like, hi, hello, how are you? Let's do a movie on Friday. And I'm like, great, I'll see you there. Thank you. It's not like I don't have deep conversations over text message. So I need a friend that can understand that I am an in-person kind of person and that when I see you, we're good. And when I don't see you, I'll see you next time. It's terrible to say, but it's true.
No, absolutely. It's just and that you don't spend too much time on your phone, like checking message or social media. You're not there.
Wow. No. Oh my God, I'm so bad at. I feel guilty sometimes because I have all these wonderful people that I follow, and I have all these wonderful people that message me, and I try to respond in a day, but it doesn't happen all the time. I'm not, this phone, my phone, I use, I'm big on YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube, but when it comes to Twitter, Instagram, I tried to use Snapchat years ago. I don't even try to use Snapchat anymore. I'm like, no, I don't have a Snapchat, no. TikTok, I can't, oh God, I can't keep up with that. I have Instagram and Twitter, and sometimes Facebook. And people come up to me, they're like, I friended you on Facebook about a month ago and you haven't responded. I'm like, well, that's because I don't use it. No, social media is not something that I'm very keen on, despite having an online presence.
Very good. Next question. Before the next one, tell me, I can see how much you enjoy being a go-go dancer. What's the best part of it? What's the most joy of being a go-go dancer? And for the flip side, what's the most challenging part in your opinion?
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm excited to see what the other go-go said about this because I want to see if you have similar thoughts. But for me, the best part of being a go-go dancer is showing people that it's okay to love yourself, showing people that it's great, that it's sexy, that confidence is sexy, right? I always tell people that being a go-go boy is less about your body and more about your mindset, because I've seen it before. I've seen go-go dancers who have very attractive physical bodies go up on stage and they don't have the go-go mindset, they don't have the confidence, they don't have whatever, and it is not a good time. Because if you're watching somebody and you see that they're not having a good time, then they could be Adonis, right? But you're not going to have a good time watching them because they're not feeling it themselves, right? So being a go-go dancer is all about the mindset. And I love inspiring people to love themselves more. That's all I want. All I want. My whole mission as a go-go dancer is to show people, you know, guess what? I'm not some big ooga booga muscle guy, right? But that's not the only, like, that's not the benchmark of beauty. It doesn't have to be, you know, fix your mindset, right? So inspiring people to love themselves is my favorite thing. Oh, my negative thing, and this happens often because I go out to the clubs very often here in Raleigh. And it's an interesting thing where you go dance on some days, but then most days I'm at the club, I'm not dancing, right? But people know that I dance and people know that I'm naked often. So they kind of have this perception that they can always come up to me and like, when I go to the club, like the amount of times my gets grabbed is I can't even count. Like when I go to the club, I just have this unspoken understanding, like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass grabbed at the club. You know, I'm gonna whatever, which is fine, whatever. But the big thing is when people like make sexual advances towards me at the club when I'm dancing or when I'm not dancing. I'm a go-go dancer, I understand that. And I'm selling sexy, right? I consider myself a sex worker of sorts. I think it's a big spectrum. I think I'm a sex worker. I'm selling sexy. I'm not selling sex. And there's a big difference there because sex isn't, I don't know. So it's my biggest frustration with go-go dancing is when people think that they have the ability or right to make unwanted sexual advances towards me and like just kind of, I don't know, use me as a sexual object, especially when I'm not in I'm like, I'm not getting paid for this. They're like, they're like, oh, let me do XYZ. I'm like, not for free, not for free.
Yeah, I think this perception is always going to be there. You know what I mean? Just because you are there doing a job, it doesn't mean that you are literally like, you know what I mean, available for whatever they want to, you know what I mean, to try, or there's a boundary that needs respect.
There is, and that's why I say I'm the queen of saying no. What are you? No, what? I say that very often. People come up to like, hey, hi bud, how you doing? No. It's Tuesday. I'm here to sing karaoke. Okay, I don't want to. No, this is not something we're doing right now. No.
Next question for you is, what makes you a unique person?
Oh God, what can I ask you? What makes me unique? Why I want to ask you, how did you find my account? And I'm curious as to what your process is.
I literally go online on social media and I see some, you know, sometimes you see profiles, like just connect with other profiles. Mm-hmm. And to be honest to you, I tend not to look too much into it because I like to get to know my guests during the show. Yeah. So I just see like the very base where they are from, or, you know, if there's just pictures, I try to get a little bit of them just to have an idea. But I like the surprise. I like to talk to my guests, to get to know my guests through the interview. Yeah, that's the whole simple, genuine answer.
Okay, I love that.
So tell me, what makes you a unique person?
That is a great question. What makes me unique? I think what makes me unique is how open I am about so much of my life. Of course, there are some things that I don't want to really talk about very often, but other than that, I am very open and honest. I am not one to have like hidden drama about things. I'm not one to hide aspects of myself. As I told you, I am very open with my family, even that I go and that I'm very gay, and they know that I'm in the kink community. I don't overshare with them. I don't show them pictures or videos. No, that's for Twitter, not for them. But I'm very open about all of that. And with all my friends, they know that if they ask me a question, they're going to get my honest answer. So if they don't want my honest answer, then they won't ask me. Like, you know, so open because I just can't. I was previously, you know, maybe in middle school, high school, I tried the whole thing of like expressing kindness towards people, or kind of create like spinning the yarn, like maybe lying a little bit, like here and there, little white lies. But then I can't keep track of that. I cannot keep track of who I told what and you know, it's like that scene in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like with the you know the crime scene and the yard connecting everything. Like I cannot keep track of that. So it's just so easy for me to tell you my honest opinion so that I don't have to be like, oh, who did I tell this to? And does he know this person? And do they talk to each other? No, I just am honest. I'm so honest. Oh my God, ridiculous. Like too honest sometimes. Some would say. Some would say. So very open. That's what makes me unique.
You are in the right place then, the right place, the matchbox, the right place for you to be honest and talking about.
Good.
Right, I have 3 questions left for you. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, the next question for you is, who would swap lives for a day if you could?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. I had to put on my thinking cap for this one. Oh my God, Beyonce. I love Beyonce so much. People don't like the new Beyonce album, and that's because they don't have taste. Beyonce. I just want to see what it is like. She's a mom. She's married. She's an icon. She's always working on something. She's a great performer. She has a whole team. I respect and love Beyonce so much, and I would love to see what her life is like, because I know what my life is like. She can switch lives with me if she wants to. We can Freaky Friday this. But I just would love to know what it takes in a day to be Beyonce.
Wow, imagine. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Saying that, tell me your top 3 favorite songs of her.
Oh, okay, good. So Summer Renaissance just came out. Have you listened to it?
Bits and bits, not completely. Bits and bits. Yeah.
See, people have a mixed perception of that album, and like I said, it's because they don't have taste. It's a great album. People say, "Oh, it's just a dance album." What do you want? It's a great album. Anyways, so right now, my number 1 song from her is "Church Girl," from Summer Renaissance. So good. I listened to it. I've listened to it before this. I listened to it in the shower. I showered for this, by the way. You're welcome. I listen to it all the time. In the car, I do everything. Oh my God, so good. Number 2 has to be Rockets from Beyonce. Have you heard that one? Rockets, the waterfall.
For sure, I have for sure.
That's fine. I love that. And number 3, what's gonna make my final cut? I want it to be something older. Oh my God, that's so hard. I literally have over 70 songs from her saved on my Spotify. It's just like, geez.
Oh.
I can sing any Beyonce song at any time. I'm obsessed. I'm so obsessed. Beyonce, if you're watching, please don't put a restraining order towards me. I promise it's out of respect and love. Thank you. Number 3, probably I'm gonna say Crazy in Love, because it's like OG Beyonce, Jay-Z. It's an amazing song. It's great.
It is. Oh my God. Actually, I was listening to it 2 days ago. I was
really?
Came along of like, oh my goodness, I haven't heard the song for long.
Yeah. No, it's a good one. I have to include the OG. There's so many more that I could have said, but
good. 2 questions left for you. Adam, as when I was checking your profile a little bit when I invited you for the Magic Box, and I briefly look at it, and I could see how free you express yourself through sex, through, you know what I mean, the way you express yourself, and I could see that you are literally being yourself there, and it's very interesting to see that such a young guy, and it's, you know, express the way you are. And there was a phrase there that got my attention. It says there, Mrs. Jackson, if you are
yes. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this little statement.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so my last name, Jaxon, I got from, I told you I used to watch Andrew Christian videos. That was like my first introduction into gay adult entertainment. And my favorite model, I think his name was Quinn Jackson. He was my favorite. He had a big butt. That's great. I love it. So I took his name, Jaxon. And I mean, Janet Jackson, iconic. Janet Jackson is amazing. We love her. Her new documentary came out like I think a year ago or so. It's not so new anymore, but it's amazing. She's a great entertainer. a staple of the 90s, 2000s. So nasty is what that song is from. And in nasty, she says, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. And I'm like, oh my God, that's perfect for me. Yes, because I am nasty and I am Miss Jackson. And, you know, it's just like, oh my God, Janet, you're singing to my soul right now. So that's where that came from.
Amazing. And you always being this way free, express yourself regarding sex?
No, not always. No, when I first was having sex, I was, you know, we always have to start from somewhere. So I started at a place where I wasn't as open as I am now. But especially being part of the kink and BDSM community, I feel like so many of those people, so many of the people in the community are open about sex, because with kink and BDSM, communication is key. You have to let people know what you like and what you don't like. And when you don't like something, you have to say, I don't like this, right? And a good way to add yourself to that community is to kind of have different stories and different experiences with other people. Basically, what I'm saying is, if I find a profile on the internet that I don't know, none of my friends know, they haven't had any kinky experiences before, as a sub bottom, I don't want that person to tie me up, because I'm like, oh, that's kind of scary, you know? But if it's somebody that I'm like, okay, I have heard of this person, or they're like, I have all these experiences and blah, 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 and they show me pictures or show me whatever, then it's like, okay, I feel more comfortable around that. So a big part of the community is communication and being open and honest. So I feel like I've taken that aspect into my own life with everyone, right? So open, so honest. And again, I want to express self-love and positivity towards everyone. And a good way to do that, you have to be the change that you want to see in the world. So I have to express myself and be positive and show people that it's okay to love yourself. So that's a big part of why I even created that Instagram.
Right, next question is, what's the worst pickup line have you ever heard?
I don't even know if this is a pickup line, but I get it very often. It's, hey, you want to go to the bathroom in maybe 5 minutes? You're real sexy. I see you on stage. I have a fat ass. Yeah, I want to meet you in the bathroom.
Ooh,
yeah, it's not really, while I love the bluntness and I love the honesty, I will say that that line has worked approximately 0 times. I cannot say that I've ever been interested in anybody. Oh, hey, baby. Oh, how you doing today? Oh, yeah. Absolutely not. No. I can't say, for me, there's not a lot of pickup lines. You know, I would rather you be honest, but just don't be drunk and don't ask me to go with you to the bathroom. You know, like, no. For me, pickup lines, I can't even think of one that would work right now. Just, it's about having common interests and about, that's really all it is. Like, if you have common interests as me, like if we have similar kinks, then I'll be much more likely to get with you. And if you're not kinky, sorry, we're not hanging out.
Good one. The message is out there.
Yeah.
Ready for the last one? Question? Let's do it.
Yes, do it.
All right, but before the last question, people watch the interview right now. Would you like to start a career as a dancer, go-go dancer? What would be your best piece of advice?
Yes, my best piece of advice is to be yourself. And I know you hear it all the time and it's so cheesy, whatever, but it's so true. I promise. Be yourself, love yourself, realize what your strengths are and play towards them. You have to, and you have to be open and honest with everybody. Nobody wants to be a friend with somebody who can't tell the truth or who's talking shade about somebody to one person one day and then the next day they're talking drama. Be yourself, love yourself, because at the end of the day, that's going to make you the most happy in life. There's only one person that you have to impress in this world, and it is yourself. If you are happy with yourself, then you're good. As a go-go dancer, I have a delusional level of self-confidence. I am delusional. I am delusionally confident. And I love that about myself. And you should too.
Amazing. Amazing. Last question for you is, who makes you laugh the most?
Probably the people that make me laugh the most. There's 2 different channels that I'm going to go for. There's three. Oh, tough question. Can I say top three?
You can, absolutely.
Yes. Okay, good. Number one, I'm going to say my family because they are so ridiculous all the time. My brother and I have a shared sense of humor to where when we see each other in person, we just will always like be making each other laugh. Like we're not even saying jokes half the time, but just the way that we interact with the world, we are laughing about it and we're just like trying to one up each other all the time. And it's so much fun. I love it. Same thing for my sister. My sister's so funny. Seeing her like interact with the world I love her so much, and it makes me like, it brings me so much joy. Mom and dad too. My mom and dad. They're so funny. Oh my god. Number one, my family. Whenever I see them, it's literally like, it's a struggle to like not laugh. It's great. Number two is this comedy channel on YouTube. They're called Fun House. I love Fun House. They just play video games and talk and they're very like deadpan. So their jokes are all like, they're all like delivered like this, and like you have to, it's very sarcastic and whatever. And I love it. I love deadpan humor. Deadpan humor is great. My mom complains sometimes. She's like, I can't tell when you're joking because half the time you say stuff, and I'm like, is that real or is that a joke? It's usually always a joke. I'm a very jokey person. And number three, two drag queens, Bob and Monet. Bob the drag queen and Monet Exchange. I listen to their podcast, Sibling Rivalry, and they just crack me up because Bob is also a very honest person, and Monet isn't always. So they always get in fights about like just the smallest little thing. Like if you say, oh yeah, I remember that time, it was on last Tuesday. And then Monet is like, no, it was on last Wednesday. They will go into like a 30-minute conversation, like and debate and fight about like, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? And nobody cares. It doesn't matter. But it's just so funny. It's hilarious.
Very good. I love to see this connection you have with your family, Adam. It's so genuine, and it's so nice to see someone, you know what I mean, so young and free, talking about yourself. And at the same time as well, we are so connected with your family. You can see the support there. It's amazing. It's so beautiful to see that. I love it. Very good.
Thank you. Yes, I know. I'm so lucky to have this relationship with my family. I know not everybody is available to have that relationship, but that's why I cherish it even more. I'm so lucky.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking.
Oh God. Oh, this is going to be so embarrassing. Okay, let's do it.
So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game.
Talking about family, let's start with family. One word for family.
Mom.
How about money?
Oh, cash. I said that, cash.
One word for love.
Oh, friends.
How about life?
Oh, happy.
Sex.
Oh, condom.
Politics.
Oh, vote.
Religion.
If you want it.
Fear.
Valid.
Friendship.
Good.
Desire.
Desire. Oh God. I know this is not quick. I thought about it too much. I'm gonna say tequila. I desire tequila right now.
Regret.
Don't do it.
Success.
Cherish it.
One word for wish.
Command. Wish is my command.
One word for happiness.
Comfort.
One word for Raleigh.
Community.
Beautiful. One word for North Carolina.
All right.
USA. One word.
Free.
One word for the Kik community.
Open, loving, honest. Come join us. We're not bad people. Please.
One word for Beyonce.
Icon.
And the last one now, Gogo dancer. One word.
Support them. Love them.
Beautiful. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your best friend for a coffee. Yeah? And I'm gonna ask your best friend, define Adam in one positive word and one negative word only. What your best friend will define you?
Positive word, my best friend would say that I am very welcoming. I try to include people. If I'm at the bar and I'm talking to my friends and I see someone who doesn't know anybody at the bar, I'm going to try to include them in our conversation and let them feel welcomed by the gay community and bear hug them. Negative? Oh, which one should I pick? Oh, I'm gonna say negative is two prongs. Prong number one is very bad at communication and keeping up with people, which I discussed before. Prong number two is very up and down. I'm in a good spot right now. I'm in a good spot. But up and down, I told you I had a depressive spiral last week for 2 days, 2 or 3 days. And maybe they wouldn't say that, but I say that about myself. I don't like how I'm very up and down. It's not great to wake up and not know if I'm gonna have a good day or a bad day. I have more good days than bad days, of course, much more. But it's not great to sometimes have that bad day. So very up and down. And when I'm very up and down, and when I'm in my down, the communication is down, right? So that's why it's two-pronged, because they're connected.
Oh, good one, clever. Right, let's play now Adam and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Ooh. By the way, you're talking about Beyonce. She's already been in the Magic Box.
No.
Your face. I wish. One day
oh my sure. God. I was like, I don't even know what I was. Don't even play with me right now. Like, oh my God. If she joined, one day.
Sure.
One day.
You can ask me a question now, Adam.
Yes. Okay. The question I have to ask you is, what makes you an icon?
Oh, beautiful question. Wow. You put me on the spot now. Right. I'm going to be very open to you, very honest. I think that's what makes me, let's say, different. Let's put it this way. Icon is a big word. I would say that for some reason, Adam, I have the tendency of, I realized that on the show, about making people talk about things that maybe they didn't feel comfortable talk to other people for some reason. And actually so interesting that because I've done already like 700 interviews on the show. Yeah. And I realized that some people, they just, sometimes they send me a message, say, William, I never talked to you about that with anyone. And for some reason with you, I felt comfortable talking about, even though it was the only time I saw you, the first time we just talking, and I just felt comfortable talking to you. And there, so many people start saying those comments, like lovely, genuine comments. And I was like, my goodness, that's something nice to hear. Yeah. And the intention of the show wasn't about that. It's so interesting how when you start a project, the direction it can go without you expect. And when I started the show, for me, the main thoughts or the main idea was about answering questions, have some laugh, have some fun. I never thought that it would go to that direction where people, they felt comfortable open up. As you're talking about this event in your life, very tragic. And I know it's not easy to talk about, and even though with a stranger, you're just talking now, even though in the camera as well, which makes it even more challenging. Yeah. And I just saw, back to your question, you know what I mean, through the feedbacks from people, the nice comments, it's something that for some reason, I've got this approachable personality where people feel comfortable talking to me. Do you know what I mean? So I think that would be, and I was expecting that. I was expecting to be that way, you know what I mean? And so nice to hear people making those comments, because it's something that I didn't make up. I didn't make it up. It's just naturally, for some reason, people, they connect with me and they feel like comfortable talking to me. Saying that, before I start the show as well, I could tell you a few experiences that I had that people approach me for nowhere and, you know, start talking to me about things. And sometimes even people who I knew it's not very well. It was like friends of my friends. I met them like in occasions, and suddenly they call me and I was like, oh, what happened? And they start telling me things that I was like, my goodness, that's so personal. And I never thought that they would open up with me. So yeah, so back to your question, I think it's something that's, it's about being approachable, something that people feel comfortable talking to me. I think that would be something different, let's say.
Ah, good answer, good answer. Family Feud, good answer. I think so too. It's something about you, you know, and you found that out and here you are. I mean, this is perfect for you.
Oh, thank you so much. And it's so nice to you know, meet interesting people around the globe. And I don't know what's going to come along. And as I told you before, I don't know. I just see briefly their profile. And sometimes when I see, you know what I mean, when I get to see a little bit more about themselves and they start talking about themselves, when I start connecting with them, that's the magic of the show. That's what brings me the energy.
The magic. Oh, look at that. We're circling back to the title.
Did you have a good time? Did you enjoy the interview?
Absolutely. Yes. Oh, real quick before we go, I want to introduce you. I'm so sorry. He's been sitting here literally the entire time and I completely ignored him. But right here, this is my housemate that I have. Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you. This is Jeffrey the succulent. Usually he's sitting over there by the window, but I brought him here today so we could be part of this. This is Jeffrey the housemate. We love Jeffrey. We've had him since 2019. So we've had him for probably 3 years now. Yeah. This is my longest relationship ever, right? So we love Jeffrey. He's stuck with me. He's been with me through the hard and rough. And somehow he's still thriving despite all the shit that I put him through. So we love Jeffrey. Yes.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. I think plants, it's always a safe place to be when you have plants around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then, oh, beautiful.
I know.
Adam, before you go, can you share a positive message, something that you live by?
Yes. Oh, I have it right here. I have a quote. Okay, good. This is my other prop I have. Okay. So I got this little thing. I think I got it from Whole Foods, and it's full of little tokens, whatever. But here's my little quote. I don't know if you can read it, but it says, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And I think that's true for me because the end of my comfort zone was when I came out. Let me refocus. The end of my comfort zone was when I came out, right? And that's when my life began. The person I was before I came out, I don't even know who that is. I don't even acknowledge him. He's great. He got me here to where I am today. But my life started at 18 years old in the summer of 2016 when I came out. So please, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. If you have something you want to do, if you have a goal in life that you want to achieve, then please go for it. Even if it makes you uncomfortable, then just please at least try, because it's true. Life does begin at the end of your comfort zone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thanks so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for the interview. Regards to your lovely family that you're so close with, amazing, beautiful, and you keep in touch. Okay, thanks for the interview.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye-bye. See you next time.